Hey everybody, welcome back to Gabriel Knight Sins of the Father. Okay, I've got a really short comment. Lol, you dead. Yeah, I died. You can die in this game. It's part of doing business here. Okay, let's get into this. Thanks for your comment. I had to say back here because, you know, I played back through, got to where I needed to be. And the funny thing is, the place I needed to go to was open. I just didn't notice it. It's a place that you weren't allowed to go to before. What? Wait a fucking minute. Hold up. This dude should be dead. Because when I saved, he was a corpse. Glitchy shit.
I've got some things I need to do.
Good luck.
You know, we've been here, so. Alright, good, he's deader and shit. Alright, that's the way it's supposed to
Hey,
be.
Partridge, what's the good word? Ah! Oh.
Okay.
Partridge's nose. This must be about the Veve.
Okay.
Before leaving the university, Gabriel notifies campus security about Hartridge's body.
Like I said last video, yeah, I just don't see him just walking out saying, yeah, by the way, there's another corpse laying up in there. It's only my second one for the day. This is where you're supposed to go.
Welcome, Sika. You must be the one Dr. John called me about.
I guess so. My name is...
Wait! Gabriel Knight.
You're too quick for me.
Actually, Dr. John told me. You have come to the right place, Mr. Knight. Tell me how I can help.
Ugh.
Magenta Moonbeam is wrapped in gauze and silks. She looks vaguely mysterious and mysteriously vague.
And not negative enough. Oh.
She's really not my type.
You have a type? That hasn't been in evidence at all during this entire game. It looks like she has tits, she definitely has an ass, and a pulse, so looks like a type to me.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Sika.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
My practice is mainly selling charms and potions with magic power, such as gree-gree and voodoo oils. You know, everything from unrequited love to wandering spouses to winning a lawsuit. But my spells and charms are powerful, and they work.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Much of a voodooienne's work is protecting her clients from the spells of others. I make special protective gree-gree to be worn in secret. They keep evil spells from working against my clients.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
The recipes for voodoo charms have been handed down from master to apprentice for centuries.
I really wish they would tell you everything in one shot instead of making you have to click the same fucking one repeatedly.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I have told you all it is proper for you to know, Mr. Knight.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Why, that has nothing to do with me and my clientele. But I can tell you that you should stay as far from it as possible. There is badness there. Very bad.
So you don't think the voodoo aspects of the case are fake?
Fake? Let me tell you about fake. If I get information through the grapevine and make use of it, is that fake? No. That is part of a voodooien's power. If people don't believe, there's not much I can do. But if they do believe, that is a part of my power too. But there are things, monsieur. Things not even a little bit fake, I can tell you. Believe it or not, but stay away from it.
What do you mean? Do you know something about the case?
I work hard on fine-tuning my spiritual antennae, Monsieur Knight. And I get a clear signal from that direction. Beware.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
Nolans is the center of voodoo practice in the United States.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
It is a fascinating city with many dark secrets.
What can you tell me about Nolans?
It is my favorite place in the world.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? You mean like my beloved Grimwald? She's a python, you know. Quite deadly in the wrong hands. I was trained by one of the great voodoo queens to learn how to hypnotize and handle snakes.
Tell me more about snakes.
Oh, I wouldn't want to give away my trade secrets.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, yes. She was the first of the great voodoo queens.
Tell me about the animal masks.
I saw them used once or twice when I was younger, but you don't see them much anymore. They're too close.
Too close to what?
Just bad karma.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndful?
There are many voodoo churches in Nolans, no?
Yes, but have you heard of a secret voodoo houndful?
Wherever did you hear such a ridiculous story? There is no such thing.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
It is the oldest, darkest heart of voodoo.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
There are some things it's better not to know about, Monsieur Knight.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sankar means?
No. No, I don't.
Does Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, she's stonewalling me.
Have you ever heard of Dambala?
I don't know anything about that.
Have you ever heard the word Schattenjäger?
I don't know anything about that.
Tell me about yourself.
Yes? What would you like to hear?
How did you get into this business?
I trained in the voodoo arts for many years with the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Who's she?
You have never heard of her? For shame. I can see you know little of the world of magic.
I'm beginning to get that impression, yes.
Was she on the show Bewitched? Oh.
What kind of people come to see you?
Seekers after the truth, such as yourself.
Do you do anything else?
I'm a voodooian. That is plenty. It takes much spiritual effort.
How many voodooians are there?
No one knows exactly. Many practice in secret. There are probably hundreds. But of course, the level and the power of the voodooians differ greatly, depending on their training and natural gifts.
Tell me anything at all.
I haven't always lived in Nolans. I came here from Kansas as a young woman.
Tell me anything at all.
I began studying voodoo more than 20 years ago. I'm well versed in the magical arts.
Tell me anything at all.
Many non-believers come to me. They are usually believers when they leave.
Tell me anything at all.
Dr. John sends me many seekers, such as yourself.
Dr. John probably wants to hose it down.
Tell me anything at all.
I am happy here with my clientele and my snake.
I'm sure you are.
I can't think of anything.
Very well.
About Grimwald.
What about her?
Where did you get Grimwald?
She belonged to a traveling reptile show. She was being terribly mistreated, so I offered to buy her. She's named after a spirit guide I had once. The spirit Grimwald was a very powerful female snake priestess in Egyptian times.
Grimwald doesn't sound Egyptian.
I only know what the spirits tell me, monsieur. I am sure they know better than we.
How did you learn how to handle Grimwald?
I told you, a great voodoo queen taught me. She learned from Marie Laveau herself.
Uh-huh. Fascinating. Would you consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
No, I couldn't do that. You might do some gree-gree of your own, no? One must be very careful with such things. Hair clippings, nail parings, and snake scales.
Are you sure you wouldn't consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
I told you, I couldn't do that.
How about showing me how you handle Grimwald?
Really? You would like to see me dance, perhaps?
That would be swell.
No matter what you see, do not be frightened.
I'll give it my best shot.
Need to edit in Duke Nukem going, shake it, baby.
Gabriel grabs the shed snake skin while Magenta is otherwise occupied. Gabriel magnifies the shed skin from Magenta Moonbeam Snake. The snake scales are hued brown. They don't match the scales from Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, I can't do anything until she gets done.
There. Truly inspiring, isn't it?
That's certainly one word for it.
Now, is she your type?
Does this mean anything to you?
These are magical symbols. Deep magic.
Really? Have you seen them before?
No.
And how do you know they're magic symbols?
Seeker, My eyes are unveiled to see truly that which is in front of me.
Uh-huh. Thanks, tons.
Magentia doesn't seem to know anything substantial about the pattern. Magentia doesn't seem to know anything substantial about the pattern.
Oh, that's the one I want.
Do these symbols mean anything to you?
Ah, the voodoo code. It is very secret, yes. I studied it with my mentor, the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Great. Can you tell me what it says?
I'm afraid I could never translate this code for an outsider such as yourself, Monsieur Knight.
Now our first puzzle's coming up.
Are you sure you can't translate this for me?
As I said, it's a very secret code.
Surely you can see I'm trying to learn as much as I can here. How am I supposed to become an insider if you won't help me?
That's true, I suppose. Perhaps if the Loa were to grant you their approval.
How do I get that?
By using my Ask the Loa machine.
A machine?
Yes. A spirit guided me to it years ago in an antique store. And its guidance has never faltered. I trust it implicitly.
I see.
The spirits often work in mysterious ways, Mr. Knight. If you aren't willing to ask...
No, I'll ask. Let's see here.
Okay. Okay, that's right. All right, 1, 2, 3. Four, 5. 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Ah, shit, that's number 1, isn't it? Fuck, okay. All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, click. 4, 5, click. Click. Six, 7, click. Click. 8. 9, 10, 11, 12. Click. 11. Click. Or click 5, 6, click number 1, 6 twice. There we go. Holy shit.
Well done, Mr. Knight. You have earned the Loa's approval.
Truly, it's an honor. Now, about that code.
Let me see. Well, some of it is nonsense, I'm afraid. Whoever wrote this wasn't very good.
That's all right. Just tell me what it says.
It starts with a D and J. Then... okay, this part makes sense. It says, Conclave tonight, bring... well, then there's more nonsense. F-W-E-T-K-A-S-H. The last bit might mean cash. Fresh cash? Doesn't make much sense.
That's okay. Thanks. D.J. Conclave K-A-S-H. It's a start.
I'm happy I could help.
Alright, later.
Well, I guess I'll be going now.
As you wish. Open your mind and heart, and the way will be clear to you.
I'll give it my best shot.
Yeah, she's a moonbeam, alright. Okay, can I save the game here? Yes, I can. Okay, let's get ready to do it.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello? Uh-oh. You bastard!
Good day, Mr. Knight.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did. I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see. We were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door the next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
You're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
Dear God.
There's something in the ashtray.
Really? Oh, okay.
There's a snake scale in the ashtray. Gabriel finds a snake scale in the ashtray. It's a souvenir from the museum's python. He places the two scales together. The two iridescent scales are a perfect match.
Is there anything else she needs?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
How do you feel about New Orleans these days?
I'd rather be anywhere else in the world right now.
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you guys didn't see this, it doesn't really apply much, but... Didn't read Wolfgang's letter, though.
Wolfgang's letter says,
Dear Gabriel, please read the enclosed journal carefully. It might help you understand your family's special obligations and our current predicament. God be with you. Uncle Wolfgang.
Yeah, just a little bit more background. A tiny little bit. You know, a little hint, shall we say.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
I only got, like, choked out by a fucking snake. I mean, come on.
three nearly identical little girls are playing jump rope outside the station. There's something a little off about them.
You know what the hell?
Of all the things I could go to jail for, that is not going to be one of them.
I knew there was going to be something funny in there.
Gabriel's double Dutch skills leave something to be desired.
I need to get used to saving more. Yes, we will save right now, because I don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. Okay.
Detective Mosley. Hard at work, I see.
Yeah. What is it, you wanker?
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I let him go yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched him die yesterday at St. Louis Cathedral.
At the cathedral? I guess he was trying to get a last-minute A-train ticket, huh? Poor bastard.
I think you should go find the body at the morgue. He was killed by the voodoo cult. Crash said...
Crash said? What, he mentioned pink elephants, too?
Aren't you going to investigate?
Civilians. Did you actually see someone kill him?
No, actually I was with him when he died. Could have been poison, though.
Yeah, well, when they get the body in, they'll do a quick autopsy, standard procedure. If it's anything other than an overdose, I'll get a report.
There's been another murder. A professor at Tulane.
Oh, Christ. You're not gonna start this again.
Just listen. This guy's name is Hartridge. He was a professor in African Studies at Tulane. Well, yesterday I went to see him about the voodoo murders case. He agreed to do some research for me. He calls me up this morning, tells me he's onto something big, and when I get over there, the guy's dead.
You know, you're really getting your ass in a sling over this thing, Knight.
It's not about me. Look, Hartridge's death looked just like Crash's. I'm telling you, they were both murdered, and by the same people who did the voodoo murders.
Did either Crash or this new guy have their hearts ripped out?
No.
Then there's nothing to link either to the voodoo murders M.O. Besides that, the case is closed, Knight. If the coroner's report asks for a homicide investigation on either of these guys, fine. But it's not going to be related to the voodoo murders case unless we find damn good reason to do so.
But I'm the link to the voodoo murders case. Don't you see?
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't repeat that to anyone. Because if I weren't an old friend of yours, I might take you seriously and lock you up. As it is, maybe you should start keeping your mouth shut and not involve other people with this shit if you think it's so dangerous.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in New Orleans. prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you.
Oh, I gotta just hand me the
You
evidence.
still need
Okay.
to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo.
Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, yeah, we gotta use our inventory. Alright.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight. But that doesn't prove that this pattern is really connected to voodoo.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
I have these two snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain. The other's from a snake in the Voodoo Museum on Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right. It definitely suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight. Whether or not the museum's involved with a legitimate voodoo cult, though, is another matter. These guys may just be faking it, too.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland.
I thought I just fucking did. Oh, Hartruth notes, okay. Whoops.
I have this. Take a look at these notes. They're from Professor Hartridge at Tulane University.
Yeah? What about him?
They confirm that the pattern for the murders is of African origin.
Really? That's incredible, isn't it? Something like that showing up here.
It's been here for quite some time, so it seems.
I'm impressed. Okay, you convinced me. The murders were done by a legitimate voodoo cult. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here, Knight.
Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. I'll be in touch. Meanwhile, you stay out of trouble. I mean it.
I'll try. Thanks, bud.
Now lay low and let me handle this.
Yeah, fine. I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Okay, wait, did I miss something? This is supposed to have triggered. Damn it. I'm getting too many similar looking things in here. There we go. Okay, wait a minute. Wolfgang's number. Okay, what the hell am I missing? I don't think I'm missing anything. I've got him back on the case. I've got her doing all that. The got the Moonbeam chick. She's done. Okay, the only thing I didn't do is this, but okay, no, let's go back to game. What the hell am I missing? Because this should trigger the end of the day by now. There's nothing left to do on this day.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Gabriel Knight, come in.
Hello, Magentia.
Please, be seated.
Okay, am I missing anything at
Can
all?
I ask you a few more questions?
Certainly.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve. It is the greatest night of the voodoo year.
That was what I was missing.
There is always a traditional conclave on St. John's Eve. Most of our voodoo churches these days hold functions in the church hall. But in the old days, they had ceremonies out in the wild. They wore animal masks and had a huge bonfire and dancing. I used to go when I was an apprentice. Sometimes in the swamp, you know, Bayou St. John. Sometimes at the lake, Lake Pontchartrain.
Okay, that was what I needed.
Well, I guess I'll be going now.
As you wish. May the protection of the snake god go with you.
Thanks.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
Excuse me. And then the night became as day. I glimpsed nature's reddest claw. The face of fear looked back at me as I gazed into the maw. At that point, you run away. I mean, you know, what else are you gonna do? Or you just feed yourself to it, whatever. Nice and grim.
What is it? What's wrong?
Gabriel!
I see it, Grace. Hold on. There's no one in the shop, and I know there's no one in the back. It's okay.
Okay? Gabriel, that thing is still barely alive. How could someone do this?
With a knife, maybe?
Oh, God, don't
With a
even
knife,
start.
maybe.
We should call the police.
No, I'll take care of it.
But, Gabriel...
I said I'll take care of it. Why don't you go get some coffee? I'll have it all cleaned up before you get back.
They know where you live now.
Shh, it's gonna be fine. Now go on. Are you sure you don't want to go home? I could close the shop today.
No, I'd rather keep busy. I'll be fine. At least that creepy guy is gone. Not that they aren't still watching. Anyway, speaking of keeping busy, we got that book you ordered in this morning. The one on Rada drums.
Really? Great.
Gabriel!
I see it. Stay back.
Special delivery, it seems.
It's just an envelope.
I can see that.
Gabriel opens the envelope and finds a note from Mosley and a small brass key. Mosley's note says,
Gabe, I have to go underground with this thing. It runs wide and deep throughout the department and the city board. I'm already being watched. It was suggested that I take vacation time, so I am, at least as far as they know. Try to keep out of this. It's too hot for a rookie. Just in case, I'm sending you my office key. You might find some useful things there. P.S. I think this note will look great in the book, don't you? Make sure you save it.
the note is signed by Mosley.
Yep, shit getting crazy.
Times dated June 23rd, 1993. Gabriel finds an article about St. John's Eve. It discusses the day's Catholic roots and its adoption by voodoo devotees. In the early to mid-1800s, St. John's Eve was celebrated with elaborate voodoo gatherings at Lake Pontchartrain, Bayou St. John, and other sites outside the city. These days, the day is commemorated commercially in some of the local shops, and a few churches still hold a St. John's Eve Mass. Despite his better judgment, Gabriel reads his horoscope. Today you will either die, or your life will change forever.
Sure, why not? It is St. John's Eve. They'll be out tonight for sure. But where?
What, did they ask some guy to DM this game or something? Oh wait, I take that back. I'm very sorry. It's just die. That's pretty sure to provoke a response. Gotta save, man. We're playing under some guy rules.
I'm going out for a bit.
Be careful.
You're back. You know, you really freaked me out running off like that. Anybody home?
Stay away from Malia Gede, or you shall pay with your life.
What the hell is going on?
I hit you with this book, pal.
Gabriel listens carefully to the drum and opens his Rada book to translate.
Okay, okay, I have no idea how to fucking do this. Okay, wait, I got multiple pages. So I've got 2 thingamajiggers. What in the ever-loving fuck?
If Gabriel's translation of the drum code is correct...
There'll be a conclave tonight in the swamp. That must be the bayou.
Yeah, I will freely admit I used the guide on that shit because I was confused. You had to find the patterns within the drum beats and, of course, match them to the words. And yeah, that was going to be a little bit on the special side. Okay, I definitely do need to save some more because, well, I don't know exactly what's going to happen.
An abandoned car sits in front of the police station, one tire removed.
Oh, God. That's awful. It might come in handy.
You got no business back there now. Move along.
Interesting design for a trash can. Must have been on sale at Cops R Us. It's not going to look any better somewhere else.
Yeah, there's a voodoo design on the trash can. Okay,
That's Mosley's office. The half-grills prevent Gabriel from opening these windows. Besides, someone would see him trying.
It's stuck. I need a tool of some kind. All right, I'm going in.
only committing a little felony. But I mean, hey, he's got 2 corpses behind him, so what the hell? I would have kept that fucking tire iron, though. Would have armed up with something. Excuse me.
This tracker might come in handy.
Get him out first.
What the hell was that? Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
The back wall display.
No, fuck off. I want to talk to this guy.
Now, why does that remind me of Gray's?
Yeah, shit's starting to get crazy.
Anything interesting going on this evening?
You mean St. John's Eve?
Excuse me.
Mr. Knight, I know of nothing that you would find amusing.
The voodoo shrine is filled with items that both fascinate Gabriel and also make his skin crawl.
Professor Hartridge called this a Sakei Madule.
Gabriel slips the signal device into the Sakei Madule.
Can I assist you, Mr. Knight?
No, just looking.
Now if only they take the coffin to the ritual.
Could I ask you some more questions?
No.
Now if only they take the coffin to the ritual.
Okay, I can't really do that here, I don't think.
I hate to rush you, Mr. Knight, but I am afraid I must close the museum early this evening. This is St. John's Eve, and it's getting on towards dusk. I have things I must do.
I see. No problem. I'll just
Leave. Goodbye, Mr. Knight. May the spirits guard you well tonight.
A new series of crosses is on the wall.
Let me get these new marks down. I should check this against the code Madame Moonbeam translated for me. Maybe I can figure out what this new message says.
Your voodoo code, where's the translation?
Gabriel checks the two messages for duplicate symbols and transfers the letters from the matches to the new message. He finds that he has the translation for all of the symbols except for 3.
PJ, keep eyes on Gabriel. Do not harm, I guess, maybe? I don't know, whatever. Okay.
I think I'll leave a message of my own.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using the guide for this shit because I would never figure this out in about a million years. I need Y. Where's the Y? Okay, wait. Oh wait,
Sensing that his message isn't quite right, Gabriel rubs it off in frustration.
okay. B. Damn it.
Sensing that his message isn't quite right, Gabriel rubs it off
Yeah,
in frustration.
I'm already over time, but I'll just do this and then we'll... B. R. I. N. G. S. E. K. K. E. It's got to be an I or Y. In A. I think that's right. A. D. O. There has to be a U. L-E. And I hope this is right. I don't want to keep doing this. There's L. L-E.
Pleased with his message, Gabriel tosses the brick down. Now if only DJ reads it in time.
Alright guys, that's it for now. Obviously, next time we'll be continuing this, and I think I got the message right. Looks like I got the points for it, so looks pretty good. So with that guys, I will see you next time, and we will continue this, and hopefully we'll be getting into even more freaky and crazy shit. I will see you guys then.